Okay, so we all know that the Gatling gun is the strongest tower in the entire game with 1000 DPS at max level, but how strong can we make it? In this video, I'll be stacking buffs from towers like the DJ, Commander, and the Mercenary base to buff the Gatling gun, making it as overpowered as possible. I will also be using consumables like the damage flag, fire rate flag, and the UAV. Alright, so here's my loadout. So we have the DJ for buffs, Commander for the fire rate buffs, the Mercenary base for the damage buffs, the Cryomancer for stalling, and of course the Gatling gun for the DPS. And for the consumables, we have the damage flag for the damage buff, the fire rate flag for the fire rate buff, the UAV for the range buff, and the Napalm strike for damage. So I'm doing this on Honey Valley, and for early game, I literally just placed a level 2 Cryomancer. It turns out that the Cryo is actually a pretty decent early game tower. After that, I just did nothing, until I eventually got enough money to place a Gatling gun, and I was able to get it extremely early at only wave 9. I then placed the DJ and got it to level 3 for the discount and its ability to get extra cash. I placed the Commander down and got it to level 2. This is for the fire rate buff and also essentially a panic button. So when I panic, I hit H and everything dies. After upgrading the Gatling gun a few times, I placed a Mercenary base and got it to level 3 for the damage buff. At this point, I am destroying everything in the mid game. The Fallen Giant, Fallen Shield, and even the Fallen Tank. After maxing everything, late game was a complete joke. I mean, just look at how fast the Fallen Summoner died. Like, this is so broken, it's definitely getting nerfed soon. And of course, the Honor Guard also gets completely destroyed. I mean, at this point, what's not just evaporating in 2 seconds? On wave 40, right when the Fallen King spawns, I placed the damage and the fire rate flag and used the UAV. The result? Just watch this. Alright, after all of that, let's quickly do some nerdy stuff. The Gatling gun has a damage of 100, a fire rate of 0.098, and a DPS of 925.93. It received a total of a 60% damage buff, 20 from the DJ, 20 from the Mercenary base, and 20 from the damage flag. It received a total of a 70% fire rate buff, with 20 from the Commander, 30 from the Commander's ability, and a 20 from the fire rate flag. With all of that, the Gatling gun now does 160 damage per shot, a fire rate of 0.03, and a new DPS of 4055.04, which, by the way, 8 unbuffed accelerators has a combined DPS of only 2278.48. If you include the piercing damage from the Gatling gun, with the first 2 enemies taking 100% of the damage, and the third taking only 50, then the Gatling gun has a total DPS of 10,137.6. Oh my f***ing god. Alright, video's over. If you liked it, like and sub, and also go watch this video popping on your screen right now.